Wah! Rah! Orchids. We're gonna paint. We're gonna paint some orcs. It's Orktober. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, hold on. This is gonna take a little bit of practice. This is a little bit different. This is a little awkward. This is dual cam. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now I gotta grab my paintbrush. Welcome back. Welcome home, brave heroes. I am Ash. This is HEROQUEST, and today we're going to paint. We're going to continue our painting of orcs and in general miniatures. I'm going to show you some miniatures that my lovely wife Char painted. She did a really great job on her miniatures. And then we're going to go in and paint. I had kind of a plan. I was just going to paint 3 miniatures a week, and I had all of these different ones separated out, but realizing that it's Orktober, I just dropped my brush. Hold on. Got it. Yes. Cyclone, Taylor, Ribby, and Elvira, good morning and welcome to the stream. I got the camera figured out. I have in my orcish hand a tiny lamp, and I believe that there's a genie inside this lamp, so I have to rub. Oh, genie, allow me with my orcish hands to paint like a human. Ugh, a human. Wah! Oh, they're normal again. All right, that feels good. That's the way it should be. Nice. Pop. There we go. We have our painting camera figured out. I forgot that I do have to reposition it. So we're gonna move this over. And I really love this mounting system that I have, but it's broken, so it's not sturdy. It's not very high quality either. It's like how can I put this? It's almost like the mainstays version of what it's supposed to be, whatever that is. We have our water. We have our speed paints kind of grouped up everywhere so I can see them, and I won't have too much trouble seeing them. And I'm going to show you what Char painted. Char painted the Mimic. This was a resin miniature. Teeth, tongue, lots of gum. She really got in there. And then also did the details on the chest. The primer did not hit some of the back. So she painted over unprimed resin, but the resin kind of drank it up, so it didn't really seem to really matter too much, but I think she did a great job anyway. A nice gilded chest. She didn't make the bottom wood, it's just golden, but we're not going to see the bottom of that Mimic ever when it's on the table. So next up, my personal favorite, the Swarm of Rats. I think this is a Nolger, whatever, D&D miniature, and I think it comes in a 2-pack. But I mean, I primed this, and all she had to do was just bloop bloop, and it was done. And I tell you, if you speed paint anything and you want instant gratification and reward, paint a mound of rats. Do you see how every rat has just different colors? And how the colors that arise from being in the deeper crevices of the rats looks realistic? As if an actual swarm of rats. That was just one tone. It was one coat, one tone. And I mean, sure, you could spend more time on that and add more nuance details if you want, but it's done. It's serviceable now, and it looks great. It doesn't look like it was done just to be serviceable. Next up, we have sort of a Hellhound. This was a 3D miniature as well, and I think this one was available on a huge group of minis that I got through Humble Bundle. Either that or it's on Thingiverse, but I think it's a Humble Bundle mini. So that's hers. Bloody face, gut-like midsection. She did those three, all warm red, brown tone miniatures. Did really well. Really well, while we continue to learn our speed paint techniques. The streaming avatars is on, but they're not appearing. It's happening again. I don't know why it happens, but when stream avatars decides it does not want to work, it will not work. No matter what. I can restart the stream, I can restart stream avatars. It won't work, and I don't know why. So anyways, welcome. Best of mornings. We are going to paint today, at the very least, this Orc Boy from HEROQUEST 2021. And these will all be HEROQUEST 2021 minis. I don't have any other miniatures primed, except for a Reaper Minotaur. We have a couple of goblins. And we have the female orc. She should have been primed better. These were primed with Rust-Oleum at the same time as the ones last week. As I think it was Bohemius that told me don't use Rust-Oleum. It spatters. And yeah, no, I could tell. I could tell. It doesn't look good. I can definitely do better. I can definitely use a different primer. I would love to. I'll use black for that initial base color, but I'll zenithal highlight with a different white primer. So without further ado, let's figure out what we want to do with these guys. We want green. We want green skins. I like green goblins, that's for sure. And even if I go with like a different color for them later, I'm gonna start with greens. I'm gonna get a good green goblin going on. We're gonna go with one of these guys. We'll do this one. This is a standard run-of-the-mill Stabba, and we'll do first we'll do Shamrock Green by spilling it all over the place, and then if we don't like Shamrock, we'll do Absolution. So that's the plan today. You can see I'm using a very messy, dirty palette. Comes out very dark. I don't want to use very much at all because it actually stretches quite well. Quite well does it stretch. Load up our brush generously. And then paint this guy's head. I gotta get him in there. Okay, there were a lot of videos, Wylock Armories included, where everybody expressed a sort of concern about this dripping or beading up in places and just looking bad, like an acrylic paint or another brand. Even another type of army painter paint. But I just want to echo what they all end up saying. It doesn't do that. It doesn't behave that way. It's green, green, green. If you warm up the can in hot water for 10 minutes before spraying, it's not as splattery. Don't boil the water. That's too hot. Don't want the can to explode on you. Interesting. Warm up the can in hot water for 10 minutes. I might try that. I'll let that be the opportunity that it has to save itself, because it does have a final effect on the paint. Like, you will notice. So he's got a great green head so far. This is Shamrock. I kind of see it, but like it's not as light as I was afraid it would be. It's better than I thought, which is great, but also too bad it wasn't exactly the same. Now that's when I load up the brush. If I don't load up the brush, it still looks the same. So we're gonna paint all of the bits of this goblin that I feel are exposed skin green, and then we will move on to the leather and metal that I believe he is wearing around his wrist, on his shoulder, strapped around his torso. We'll awkwardly paint his loincloth. We're just going to have a good time. Is he wearing pants? I think he is. Well, he's wearing high boots and he's wearing knee guards. Lovely seeing the wife in your unboxing video. Is nice. Yes, I agree. She was really happy too at the response. Everybody seemed to be really pleased with my guest, and it was really nice to see that. So we've been planning on possibly getting an episode of us playing Dwarf Romantic together. Dwarf Romantic is one of the most calming games in existence, by the way. I have played Dwarf Romantic, and I have considered just doing like an ASMR stream where I lay down the tiles just candidly, calmly. I know nobody asked for that, but it would be so easy to do because it's such a relaxing game. So speed paints make painting what I thought it should be all along, which is just paint once, be done. Paint once, be finished. Do not concern yourself with additional coats or highlights. Oh, they have exposed feet. They have exposed feet. Look at that. Look at those little toes. Excuse me. I'll drink to that. Hello, the Rantcast podcast archive. We're gonna get this guy. Oh, he's good. He's good. He's ready for only gobs. He is ready. Wiki feet. That's the one. He's ready for wiki feet. Excuse me. What do you rate this? What do you rate those feet? Aha! Tricked you into rating the feet. I'm going to get his fingers on his hand. I'm going to interpret that as not a gloved hand for this one. And I think I'll be done with his green. I'll be ready to move on to the next green skin. Gotta get his knuckles. And then like the knuckles and the in between the toes and stuff, it's really fulfilling because the paint goes down in there and it makes it darker. Just in those spots. Amazing. I love it. Speed paints, they're a little more expensive, but man, worth it. Worth it. He's done being green. Gonna move on to the next one. I'll worry about the clothing and the color choices for the clothing after I've got everybody painted up. For now, I love it. He pops. He pops. He pops. If you're not a part of the Discord, join the Discord. I'll put pictures of these guys, static pictures, into the galleries or the miniatures. Excuse me, miniatures painting channel that I made, and show you the photographs. They look way better than they do on video. The video is decent, but it's not doing exactly the minis justice. Let's move on to an orc. So for the orc, I'm going to interpret uncovered arms, except for the forearm. Let's get him front and center there for you. And the green is actually like really coming off dark on him. Oh my goodness. Can't quit clearing my throat. His knuckles, again, immediately gratifying. And I'm very pleased with the size of the brush. Sometimes it needs to be a little bigger to cover more area, I feel, but like it's perfect for what I'm doing right here. Gotta get going. Have a good one. Rantcast Podcast Archive. Take it easy. All right, he's got some chest stuff going on. Actually, that was probably a mistake. That's probably not meant to be exposed. You know what? We're gonna expose it anyway. Just the side, just up and down his sides only. I do think that's naked, so to speak. There's just no avoiding it. I'm unable to say autofocus continuous. I don't know if it's already set to that. Yep. Yep. I want to paint the orcs from HEROQUEST. I think I can tackle it. The game comes with a lot of gray shame. So I think that might be on next week's agenda. We might get some HEROQUEST minis painted next week. And if you want to see that, you should like the stream. I don't know if would it be appropriate to paint anything but orcs during Orctember? Orctember. Good job, Ash. You ruined the whole month. Good morning, Sergeant House. Blackstone. always a pleasure. You can catch the stream. The orc is special. He has exposed feet, but like not the whole foot. Just the little Achilles tendon is exposed. I don't know what you have to roll to hit that. I'm going off camera. I'm so sorry. Orctember comes both before and after Orctober. Oh no, I'm just wondering if I can paint anybody else. Like, can I paint the rat men? I want to paint the rat men. I want to paint my mousies. I must have a mouse army in addition to my goblin army. Ah. And then there's a couple of little mistakes I make going outside the line, but I mean, for the most part, this brush makes it very easy for a beginner like me to not do that. And I'll fix it. I'll go back over it with another color. Hopefully that'll work, you know? Okay, sorry, Mr. Orc, this is going to be awkward. It's green, it's green. And it's green. Who could ask for anything more? They are happy accidents. That's that's exactly right. Okay, I am missing the hand and his head and a little bit of his back here, which is exposed. Other than that, I shall be done. I saw a miniature holder from Citadel. Should have picked it up while I was out and about last week. Didn't. Kind of, sort of regretting it. Like, yeah, that would have been really helpful. Oops, that was not. That's his hair. That's his little bit of hair. He has green hair at the moment. We'll come back and fix that. Then I'm going to give him the yellowest fangs, little tusks. There we go. So his green is done. This guy is finished as far as green goes. All right, I'm gonna get some breathing and stretching time in. How you guys doing? What are you up to today? What's the agenda? What's fun today? What's on the fun menu? For a lot of you, it's like work days and stuff. So in that case, I'm sorry. Work's not generally fun. But what are you doing after work? Most people save money by buying those plastic shot glasses or wine corks with tacky paste or clay. Much better than the Citadel model holder. Better? Better? I'll consider it. Plastic shot glasses. I like the solo cups, the little red ones. Red shot glasses. Wine corks with tag. The wine corks I can get behind for sure. Playing more HEROQUEST. I haven't learned it yet. I'm gonna learn it. We're gonna play it. I think next week on stream we'll just play it. We'll just play it. Got a meeting in about 30. Meeting of the orcs. Let's do the other green. I was doing Shamrock. Let's do Absolution green. Well, that would certainly be cheap. You could buy them in a pack, I guess, and get like 20 of them at a time. So why not, right? Okay. A little bit of water. Oh, and I was using so much water last time. Like a huge cup full of water. It's just not necessary. The brush is washed and dry almost immediately. And even if you do mix the teensiest amount of color, it just doesn't matter. It just affects so little. I'm a big fan of these paints. Okay, you're gonna look at me funny, but these orcs that come with HEROQUEST, the female orcs, they're kind of babes. They are kind of babes. Not gonna lie. And furthermore, the HEROQUEST ladies are babes too. I'm just gonna say it. Oh, this is a dark green. You know what? It's okay. Some orcs have darker green skin than others, and they're still beautiful. Get in there. There she goes. Getting better at paint, thank you. Hands getting a little bit more used to like limited, finite, tiny stroke motions. For sure. That's what she's looking like so far. Here is the greens together. It's noticeably darker. It's a couple of shades darker for sure. Off camera, it's slightly more visible. It's not cheating if it's a fantasy race. Listen, we have our waifus and husbandos in this house, and it's okay. I feel like I don't have a lot of company in that sphere. I have cracked jokes and stuff in Kurgan's server before, and I think I got a little bit of a reputation. Somebody said something about the assassin, either the assassin mini or the Spectre minis, and how they were equipped with behinds or something, and I saw where Nightbird was like, or no, the person that said it was like, Ash isn't here to say it, so I'm gonna say it. Something like that. I remember there was a bit of a exchange. Look, I'll waifu the miniatures. I have no, the characters, I mean, I have no qualms about that. The weeb sphere. back the heel. Her heels are exposed too. Gasp! Oh man, I might need to turn the fan on. It's getting warm. All this talk about waifus. Oof. The paint looks so black before you dip your brush in it, and then it's fine. Is that it? She's just got an arm left? Arm? Work's arriving by 7 p.m. tonight. Yeah. Do you get to deliver your own packages to your house? Do you get to, if they're Amazon, do you get to just pick them up and be like, yeah, these are mine, so I'm scanning them in. Beep beep. Done. I mean, I know HEROQUEST isn't Amazon, but man, if only people could enjoy HEROQUEST in mass. We'll go ahead and do a little bit more behind her ear, her neck, because like I'm pretty sure that's not armored. And then we'll have to figure out a color that we want. But you know, I'm pretty happy with her all together, so we're gonna move on to the next one. And this is the amount of green for our orc babe. And now the darker green, I gotta figure out, I want this guy to have the darker green. So we're gonna go right into him. Nope, in another borough. Oh, so you get to deliver for a specific region, and then somebody else has got to deliver to you. It's like the dentist that can't work on their own teeth. I don't think that there is a dentist anywhere that works on their own teeth. It was a stupid thing to even compare. Cracks and crevices. It just flows. It's a little hard to see, and the camera's not going to always focus, and it doesn't even look green on camera. It kind of looks like black, but I promise it's a deep green. Also, good morning, Mr. Ward Icon. Ooh, and we'll do that. Are you going to paint their clothing in different colors to keep track for each model or group, like 3 in blue, 3 in red? Yeah. I don't want them all to have the same outfits. My abomination, I've already painted him, and just as a reminder for anybody who might have missed last week, because I had really stupid technical difficulties. I painted 3 models last week. I painted a mummy, who I think looks great, except for the back because of the splotchiness of the zenithal highlight. I painted an abomination, who is green and yellow with purple eyes. And he actually pops a little bit more on camera than he does in real life. Don't ask me how that is even possible. It just happens. And I painted a Dread Warrior. I used grays, I used silver for the shield, and for some of the armor, like the boots and the mace. I put a little bit of blood on the mace, but I'm going to, and red for the cape. He almost looks exactly like his miniature off camera. So that's what I did. I'm not going to paint the other Dread Warriors the exact same way. I might have different cape colors for them in mind. The mummies, I'm going to paint them all the same way probably. I'll probably just give different focus on like flesh and purple for rotting flesh and splatters of blood, just to give them a little bit of differentiation. And the abominations, I'm just going to go wild with the abominations. I want greens, I want purples, I want at least one more sickly yellow looking one. So my goblins are going to have, I want some brown, some nice bright brown to give a classic look. That's what I'm going to give this guy. He looks so classy. He's just such a handsome little guy. And so he's going to absolutely have classy HEROQUEST poppin' colors. But then like this guy, he's going to look like he comes from the Trolls 80s horror movie or something. Yeah, I'm going to give him much darker colors. That's how I'm going to treat these guys. I'm going to do... And actually, he doesn't have a whole lot of skin exposed. He's got... Should I interpret those? Those are gloves. Those are gloves, to me. They're not just bracers. They're not just bracers and exposed hands. I'm interpreting the whole thing as gloves, and with his hood, I think it makes perfect sense. Should I interpret his ears, or should I say that he just has a really well-shaped hood? I'm gonna go ahead and interpret the ears. I'm not gonna worry too much about. I need to pour myself some more paint. Yeah. Gremlins, absolutely. Had a little bit of dried up paint there. I rambled for too long. Anytime you ramble, it's a gamble. I don't know what to do about the bases yet. Don't know what to do about the bases yet. So I'm open to suggestions. I'm not making any promises, but I am open to suggestions. I got a little impatient with him. There we go. Oh, his other leg. Sorry, Mr. Goblin, this might tickle just a bit. Back of his arm. Bicep. Base is mostly the standard black. I'm wondering if I should do that or if I should just paint them their primary mini color, you know? And if I'm going to do that, I wonder if I should just tape them off next time or cover them so that they don't get paint on them when I prime them. Because why color the base if I'm going to prime it? Or why prime the base if I'm just going to color it? He's done. He was a bit awkward for sure. Lots of tucked away hidden parts, but we got them. We got them. We've got one more orc to color. Green orc? No, it's a gobbo. It's a gobbo. But some do paint the rims to match their primary colors to help identify them. I have to think on it. I kind of like the rim idea. It's not a bad idea. If it's like super visible, because I really, really like grabbing monsters, just like instantly recognizing the colors. And these guys now, I'm not instantly going to recognize them. We will continue this darker color tone with this goblin. This is one of the female mythic tier goblins. Do you believe? Or she's not, and the female mythic tier goblin is the one that looks more witch-like. I mean, I know for sure that those other ones are mythic. I'm not 100%. I don't remember on this one. We're gonna give her... That's like a bangle or something around her shoulder. Or not shoulder quite, but this port of the Orm. Bare hands. A shawl? No, it's like a ring. It's just a single ring that's around her bicep. Come on, camera, stop that. It looks like, the sculpt makes it look like, here we go. Goblins are really tiny. Armband. There you go. That's the word. Armband. Ash, you fool. It's an armband. They are really tiny. They are really, really tiny. I'm okay with it. Because first of all, it's just rewarding to paint a goblin. Goblins are one of my favorite races. I know it'll probably never happened. It'll never happen, but I I once suggested to Encarmine that we get a goblin artificer. I get my F and C mixed up on that word a lot. Hero. And I know. No, greenskins aren't heroes. Yeah, I know. I don't necessarily agree with that either. But since the precedent has been established with that silly bard, it's, in my opinion, it would be really cool to play as a goblin who can blow stuff up in HEROQUEST. That would be a very comedic relief type situation. Like, imagine Mentor trying to describe why there's a goblin and it seems to be nice and on your side, so go, brave heroes. Take this thing with you. She needs 3 square meals a day, and she does bite. Oh. There are pictures of orcs with the Guardian Knights too in the video. Yeah, the lore videos give us some really cool... I need to adjust that focus. Dink, 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 dink. Come on. There we go. But if it's not in the game, there's a lot of people who aren't going to know. Or, you can apply that pesky death of the author. Okay. I think she's done. She might have an exposed leg. I think we'll find out. We'll just go ahead. We'll find out if she has an exposed leg by giving her an exposed leg. A goblin who's like Jokey Smurf by giving exploding gifts to the monsters. I need to explore some homebrew ideas that I've had. There's Thingiverse got a weird visual change to the site. Oh God, does that mean it loads even slower now? Or did they fix that? Is that the weird visual change, that it actually loads now? It actually does what a website is supposed to do when you go visit it? I'm sorry. I have to savagely berate Thingiverse for lacking, for me, in having a website design that makes any sort of sense at all. They're just so damn slow. I will paint the heroes. You know what? I actually don't know. I don't know if I want to paint my heroes. I love them being red. I really want them to stay red. I may. I don't know yet. But it won't be in the next vid because it's Orktober. So we have to do as much as possible that is orcish. I'm changing my mind about her having an exposed leg. I don't think that other leg is exposed. So I'm just gonna get the back of her leggy, and now she's gonna be done. She's gonna be, oh, I got her ears. I'm sorry, good goblin lady. I know how sensitive y'all's ears are. Don't nobody start any rumors. She's not my type, and I am a professional. There we go. Oh god, I got it all over her hat. That's not good. We'll fix that. We'll fix that when we go back over. We're done with the skin tones. Done with the skin tones. That's going to be the toughest part of each one to paint. What do you guys think? If you take the metallic silver and let it dry, you can paint over it with yellow to give it a goldish hue. Same if you add blue or purple for more magical or enhanced look. Thank you. I am going to take a tip from the last video and mix some of the blue with the silver to get a more metallic-y look. I might do that with this orc's giant hammer, as a matter of fact. Just run it over at the hat now and it'll take off the green. Let's do it. Let's do it. God. It worked. Thank you. Thank you, that guy in the sky. Took a couple of runs, but I wouldn't mix the silver and blue. Paint on the silver, let it dry, then blue wash over, and it looks savage cabbage. I haven't heard that phrase before, but I'm going to use it now. Savage cabbage. What should we do first? Take a nap? We got to go with our classic goblin, whatever we do. We have to go to our original guy here. We're going to do them in the order. So I think I did classic, then babe, then rogue, then big guy, then last little gobbo. I think that was the order I went in. Goblin, orc, goblin, orc, goblin. I want browns for this guy. Yeah, and we go in order so that we allow the paints to dry as well for the best effect. Brown and what else? A little bit of silver for the metal, but I don't want to go with the metallic silver necessarily. Oh, you know what? I will for his sword. I will for his blade. I'm gonna go gray for the pieces of his outfit that are metal because they're gonna be like dull. But I'll go actual silver for the blade. What should I do? What should I mix the silver with? I want his blade to be special. I want it to be a little different looking. Maybe bronze on the armor? I don't know if I have bronze. Oh, I guess I do. No. No, I don't. Not exactly. I have skin tones. I don't have a metallic, but I've got Crusader skin. I've got nuclear sunrise. I've got warrior skin. Are there any red bits? There could be. Silver and brown for bronze, maybe needs for copper, reds for copper. That kind of makes sense. I kind of like that. Any red bits on the goblin? I mean, yeah, we could give him like a red armband. I don't, for this goblin, I'll say no red on this goblin. For this one, maybe for the tip of his blade, because he burst some mulberries over his blade tip because he just wasn't having any luck killing any heroes, and he wants to impress his Staba friends. Browns. Let's get our browns. I've got dark wood. I do have warrior skin. Not to discriminate, but you need a token readily equipped goblin. I don't know if the warrior skin, it might look like a good light brown. I hope that it does. We're going to try it out. We're going to try it out on the goblin. It's light, so if I don't like it, we'll just go right back over it. But I think I'm going to like it. You can always cheat on the blade and just black wash over it. Black wash. I guess so. It'll be the first time I've ever washed anything. I don't have a ton of experience painting it, so I haven't done any washes yet. I haven't done any dry brushing. Almost my first ever priming. My first ever proper priming was just last week before rather. Yeah, really get in this brush. He's off camera. Do that. Red dot in the eyes for red. Red dot? Should I do red? I guess so. Okay, this is a great skin tone, but I'm going to go with dark brown. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, but it does look like a skin tone. I'm going to go dark wood. It's the common wash made by mixing 4 parts water, 1 part black, or dark brown. There we go. I need to get some music up for you guys to listen to while I'm painting. I'll work on that next stream. We'll get some music going. I didn't really consider it, but it's almost too quiet. And I got my headphones on so I can monitor myself, but I don't have anything that I'm listening to right now. In fairness to Army Painter, their skin tones and washes are excellent. This is a lot more what I was looking for. This is a lot better. This is the poppin' brown. It's still wet and dry and looks a little bit darker than it will, I think, but I do love how it looks when it dried though. Like that's a good light leather color. I actually don't mind that now that it's dried. Brown cloth. I shall be using a matte or satin varnish at the end. I don't know. I would like to explore and see what these look like. I don't have any varnish yet, so it's definitely not too late to do either. Yes. I'm happy with him. I'm happy with him. Forget the music idea unless it's 70s Black Sabbath. Probably can't then. I'm pretty sure YouTube would not appreciate that. We could always karaoke though. Dun 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 dun. Sorry. I entertain myself. We have fun on this channel. We have fun. This is a little bit of cloth on this side poking out. I don't think I was ready for that detail. But we got it. We got it. His armband also. I'm just going to cheat. His entire armband is going to be leather. All of it. He's just a goblin. He likes shinies. He likes the metals. But he can't find any. Just not having good luck out there in the dungeon world. Okay? Don't judge him. He's trying his best. Ooh, I have white paint that I need to cover back up with some brown. Maybe we could do some brown for his other foot, his other shoe, sandal, his little goblin mandal. I think his heels were supposed to be exposed, but I failed that. I got it for everybody else. I don't know why I failed with him. And we're just gonna paint up his leg here, get his shins. I was starting to think, but I need to not think. I'm just gonna paint. Because thinking is lagging me horribly. Oh no. I gotta wash that off. Got a little too much on his leg there. The goblin wears boots, and you gotta believe me. I saw with bone 2 eyes. What's the equivalent? Mentor. Mentor wears boots, and you gotta believe me. No, Mentor's the doctor in that song. Dwarf, dwarf, you've gone too far. 'Cause looting and dungeoning is all that you do. Sorry, I got songs stuck in my head now. Good songs, but still. It's time to go for the metal on this gobbo. Before that, I'm dying to know what the purple swarm will look like on the hood of this roguish goblin. I'm gonna do it. It's not in order. How much was the orc game I recently unboxed? Oh god, does anybody else have that number? I forgot. Not an unpredictable amount. It's probably well within the window of what you might expect. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't exploitative at all. It was just a bit high. But gotta have it. Over 100. Yeah. That part of the goblin armor is called gauntlets, my bad. Anything not attached to the shoulders or elbows is called an armband. 400 euro on eBay. Don't do it. Don't do 400 euro on eBay. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. You absolutely, if you think it's worth it. I don't know if they'll have a print ever again. I don't know that it'll ever be considered for retail. I forgot his ears. Oh, no. I was going to keep them. Oh, I forgot one of his ears. Oh, my God. How could I? How could I have done that? I forgot one of his ears. God, that purple looks so good, though. Isn't he? He's just like the Green Goblin. He's just the Green Goblin now. He's just the Green Goblin. I have successfully made the Green Goblin. I don't think it's worth 400 euros. I would not have paid that much for the Kickstarter, that's for sure. But, you got to do what you got to do if it's a must-have and if that's your only option. I cannot and will not judge anybody who spends any amount of money that they deem worth it on whatever, If you wanted to pay $200 for the Guardian Knight off eBay and you had $200 and that gave you the complete feeling that you needed, that's good. That's not a bad thing. It sucks that, you had to go that route, but that's nobody's business but your own. But I absolutely think 400 is very exploitative. I would send them a strongly worded letter, and then I would, bid. Because it becomes 200 per box. If you think about it, like, is each box worth 200 euro? Maybe it kind of makes sense. But because it's so much material, it does make sense that 100 per box makes sense to me. Easy. They're huge they're enormous boxes. If you consider it the price of 2 Gloomhavens, I would almost even still agree, because there's just so much stuff. Although the base game is spread across both boxes, so on the one hand, it's worth it. On the other, they could have packaged that differently, and the second box didn't have to cost the imaginary number that I'm coming up with. So rationalize that however you wish. I'm off camera again. I can stay on camera. I need to adjust my camera because what I was doing was more comfortable. Probably wasn't very ergonomic though. There are games, classic games, that I want that are in price ranges that I would not pay for them if they were new. But I know that that's the only way I'm going to get them and stuff like that. So I can't price shame anybody. Spend shame, whatever it is, I can't do it. Not without being a total hypocrite. Oh, and I paid bank for Elden Ring. Elden Ring drained me. Elden Ring's board game is a killer. And it's not even the entire property. Like they could easily do one more Kickstarter of the exact same size and magnitude of what they have now with all the material that's left. And I would go for it again because I have such a deep love for Elden Ring, and I would love to support a board game and play the board game. God, Elden Ring's board game looks like it's going to be beautiful. If you were able to mix a little purple and titanium white and dry brush that goblin's cloak, it would look savage. Purple and titanium white and dry brush. Okay. We'll try that. We'll probably go like a dark brown for his gloves, I think. I don't want them to be purple. I don't want the boots and gloves to be purple as well. I don't want him to go full on Green Goblin, you know what I mean? But I'm going to let him rest. He's been through a lot. I'm going to let him chill out. I got a couple more points here I need to address though. Have you a yellow speed paint for the gloves? Maybe yellow. I have a couple of yellows. Well, I have pallid bone. I have zealot yellow. Zealot yellow might do it. I think I had zealot yellow on the mummy. I'll try it. It's light enough. I'm not above taking suggestions. I will do that. But I've got 15 more minutes. So I definitely went ambitious. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish any of these 5 guys. But you know what? We might finish him, at least. Just looking at the color chart, I think yellow and purple are opposites and sit well together. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Oh, this stuff comes off a bit more orange while it's wet. Let's see what it thins out to. It's like yellow, but with a side of red. It's like he got really excited at the condiments bar at Hardee's, at Gobbles Jr., and he stuck his hands all up in the ketchup and mustard, and he's very pleased with himself. He's very happy. Well, that looks fine to me, so I'm going to go with that for the gloves, and then I'm going to do his teeth. Maybe his teeth with this color as well, because he should have teeth, you know what I mean? Right now he has a skin fang. Ugh. Gotta head off for a fight. Enjoyed the stream. A fight. Enjoy the fight. Or if it's you fighting, then good luck. Thank you very much for stopping in. The backstory on these goblins. Yeah, I know. I love writing lore so much. For anybody. I don't care if you open the door and there's just one goblin in there. I missed some parts of his shoulder. Dang it. Oh, a flight. A flight. Heading off for a flight. That's totally different. That is way different. Yeah, have a safe trip. Have a safe flight. Gotta go fight somebody, guys. Take care. Can you imagine? All right. I like the yellow. I gotta revisit him though. As far as yellow goes, oh, teeth. We're gonna do the teeth. I don't think it'll show up really now though. But it'll kind of show up. Yeah, it still has a gnarly effect. It still looks, you know. Anyway, he's going to be down there. Nobody's going to pay attention to that. If they do, I will silence them. I will add 4 more attack dice to the goblin if you insult his teeth. Goblin will go into full rage mode. We need a little bit more purple so I can cover up my mistake with that shoulder. Just the tiniest little bit. Oh, he's good now. He is good now. He's good. I'm highly influenced by From Software's Elden Ring. The game tells a story almost without words. Best to have a dollar store matte white, matte black, or spray paint some primer into a cup to help fix any mistakes or repaints. Would acrylic work? I've got white acrylics for sure. The color combo is shaping up to look like the Eagles-Vikings game I went to a few weeks ago. For someone who wouldn't paint a HeroQuest mini to now is amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm not an artist either. So, I mean, there's going to be times where I do color choices and you guys are going to scratch your heads like, what are you doing, Ash? What are you doing? Why would you put pink with orange? Don't do that, Ash. And don't worry. I probably will. Save a lot of moolah in game development when you show, don't tell, and skip dialogue entirely. So the kinds of details that wow me the most about that are like, they're all ludic elements. I just decided to have his ears exposed, so we're going to do that. There are, of course, descriptions for every weapon. And most of those are very lore giving. They give lore. They really explain things. And some people are like, I didn't get it. You know, there was no story, blah, blah, blah. There's the story is all there. It's all in the lore. And the lore is described not just through the descriptions of items and weapons, but the implications of where and how you get things and the motives of the characters is explained by where they are found. So You can translate that to a lot of other games, and you could translate that to board game scenarios. If you if you tell your heroes you need to find the prince before it's too late, or I'm sorry, you need to find, let's say not a prince, say you need to find the kidnapped merchant before it's too late. And you have them storm a dungeon, and they go through this whole dungeon, tricks, traps, monsters, blah, 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 and they reach a room. There's an opened cage. It looks like it was forced open from the inside. That's all you got to tell them. And then hands off, let them just search for more stuff, continue journeying through the dungeon. Now, in the next section, they find a person who has triggered a trap, and the trap has skewered them. And if you search for treasure, you will find the merchant's gloves, the merchant's satchel, the merchant's hat. That's going to tell a lot without telling anybody what actually happened. And, oh, I have holy white. I guess I have holy white. I could use that. I also have a color called desolate brown. So we might try that real quick on the feet part of this rogue goblin. I don't know if it's going to look good. I don't know what it's going to look like at all, though, so I really want to try it. Desolate brown, just a teensy dab. I love how little of this I have to use. It really makes each bottle worth it, even if you buy them in singles. Now, that's a bold statement. Oh. So it's desolate brown. It's a cool brown, but it kind of goes on a bit light, but it's cold. It's cold. So it's man, what would you use this for? Not quite wood, not quite leather. It's tough to say. It's so tough to say what I would use. I guess I'm using it for what I would use it for right now. It's drab. It's going to look nice, though. It's going to look really nice, I can tell. Now, granted, as the Zargon or Dungeon Master or whatever, it may seem like a little bit more work to say, to just, by virtue of having to say it, you found the blah, blah, blah. You found the blah, 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 and you found the blah, blah, blah. You see a skeleton, blah, blah, blah. But that's so much more impactful storytelling. Because they're the ones putting the pieces together. Instead of saying, you see the merchant crushed under a spike trap. Why would he be crushed under a spike trap, Ash? Is that more lore? You see the merchant skewered against the wall in a spike trap. No, say you see the body. You see a spike trap that's been triggered. A human body is there. Now, you can't do like a lot of searching for details and stuff. But, and not in HEROQUEST, but like, you could absolutely let them piece together what's happened with the subsequent searches. When you search for traps, you do find a trap, but it's been triggered. Maybe even have a zombie, you know? Maybe even have a zombie. And don't explain that it's the merchant zombie, but if they kill the zombie, they get the merchant's stuff. That sort of thing, to me, is just way more impactful. So acrylic is fine. May not stick to speed paint well. Well, I do have white, holy white, so I might use that for touching up bits that I want to paint back over. Just a thought. I don't know. We'll try it. We'll try it. It's the beginning still of my painting journey. Oh, I like it a lot. We'll just do his handle as well. We'll just do the handle as well. We're going to call it good. We're going to go right into the metal so that we'll have a miniature finished. So many other games, especially Elder Scrolls, they try to hint ludic elements but never lean far enough into it. Yeah, yeah. I think it's done masterfully well in Elden Ring. I know there's going to be folks that don't agree with that, and I'm okay agreeing to disagree, but I think it's done super well because it lends so much into speculation, and things outright defy certain speculation just by virtue of their presence. You could say, well, that doesn't prove anything, but yeah, there's no proof. There's no proof anywhere. There's some proof, but it depends on what we're talking about. What's your thought of making all furniture individually searchable, but searches are not longer takes an action, are a lot longer takes an action? I like the idea of the individual furniture because then I have the individual searches trigger the traps, and you eliminate the need to search for traps. Are you gonna mix in the ability to search for treasure on that piece of furniture on the same turn? Or is the treasure search handled differently? So I'm struggling with this myself for reasons I can't share yet. Anybody with half a brain could figure out what I'm doing, but if I can keep it a little bit secret for longer, I will, because I'm just not ready. Okay, we're going to do the metal first. Quickly try to dry it, and then put the Beowulf or Tidal Wave. Beowulf or Tidal? I'll do Beowulf. I'm going to do Beowulf. Sorry, there was an illusion of choice there, but I quickly took that away. Okay. Oh, overpoured that. Overpoured that for sure. Didn't need to pour that much at all. At all. I like different items having different success levels as well. A shelf might be easy to scan while the bookshelf might be littered with things. And everything takes an extra turn for the halfling because she has to clamber up on top of things. Oh no, there you go. It add a layer of complexity, but you could do that. You could be like, this is easier for a wizard to search, this alchemist table, and the sorcerer's table is easier for a wizard to search because they're going to know what they're looking at, what they're looking for. They'll look right past worthless tomes that are just there for practice or for study, and they'll get right to the core of the treasure that's supposed to be there. Whereas a barbarian will be able to scan a weapons rack very quickly. A normal person might say, oh, we've got a sword. A sword is a sword. It'll be fine. It's a sword. A barbarian will be like, no, that thing was very poorly made. It was tempered terribly. And it will break when you least expect it to and when you do not want it to. And there can be other things that are quick for some heroes to have. The elf could be like, the elf could look for things that, like in books. I like the idea of having individual things searchable, and you eliminate traps, searches for traps, and searches for secret doors. It's just search this fireplace, and that triggers a trap or a secret door. Okay. I'm going to do something like bookshelf takes X successes to find an item, rolling the wisdom stat. Just about done, folks. So he's still a little blue. He's probably a little too blue on the blade. And actually the camera picks up all that blue and really pops it. So I'm going to go back over it with the metallic again. And that's because I have the metallic in a fresh puddle there ready for me to take. And then, guys, I think it'll be time for me to go. Unfortunately, we'll have finished a rogue goblin, but not my classic goblin. But worry not, we will continue these guys, the same set of 5, in the next paint stream. Next week is going to be HEROQUEST. This also makes it where a hero searches the fireplace may trigger a P-trap that damages a different hero. I like that too. I like that too, Matt. Too many good ideas. If you guys want to get in on this discussion, if you want to take it to the Discord, I will be there as I drink coffee, hang out with the wife before we take the kiddo to grandma's and figure out what we want to do for our anniversary. Guys, check this out. This is all thanks to your generous suggestions. Thank you so much for the help with the paint. I want to prove that I'm a good listener, and I'm going to take all of your wonderful expertise into advisement and steal those techniques. I hope that my rogue goblin looks good. I'm going to do pictures of him because the photographs I take are going to look way better than what you're seeing on stream here. My stream preview looks great, but it doesn't look as terrible at all as what you see because the preview, it's streaming. My preview is not streaming. It is local. You're seeing stuff over compression and bandwidth and stuff. And the pictures that I'm going to share in the Discord, please feel free to join the Discord if you haven't already. It's a great place to lurk. It's a great place to hang out. There's a lot of cool channels where you can share your own stuff. And we don't really do a lot of policing or anything like that there. Everybody's really cool. And what else? Yeah, thank you guys for the help. My green and brown goblin, he's really popping. I love his color scheme. I love this guy. I love him. He's so cool. I'm going to give him the red eyes because how could I not after being petitioned so nicely. And that's it. I'll see you around. Thanks again for dropping in and enjoying the stream. If you are a newcomer, please consider subscribing if you like this sort of content. I have a lot of other kinds of fantasy board game dungeon crawler type content on the channel. Just go check out the other videos and you'll see an unboxing of HEROQUEST, which is just right over there on the table. 2 enormous flippin' boxes unboxed on the channel. Really did well. That video was really, really good. Performance-wise. We'll be busting into those and checking stuff out and playing them. I'm going to learn the rules. So anyway, thanks again, guys. Bye for now.